Oh. Okay, okay, that one works. Looks like I'm stuck here. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Churchward. I'm the current chair of the Moodle Users Association for 2019-2020. I'm here to tell you about what the Moodle Users Association is, what we do, and why you would want to belong to it. Just before I start, is anybody here already a member? Okay, that's good, good. So the rest of you, you'll be members by the end, I really hope. Anyways, if you are a member, you're familiar with this particular look, but we're no longer that look. This is the new look of the MUA. We have a new slogan, new logo, new style. So shape the future of Moodle today, join the MUA. Okay, so why did we do this? Well, we want to develop and strengthen the brand. We wanted to be recognized as a separate entity from the rest of the Moodleverse, but still be tied into that so that you could tell that we were still a part of it. And then we just wanted to modernize and really ultimately help grow the community through a more recognizable look. So what do we do? Well, let's show with an example. So a while back, kind of 3.5 and earlier, there were a lot of users in the MUA who identified that the dashboard had lost a lot of the functionality that they really enjoyed as far as showing the course lists. There was, especially on sites that had a lot of courses, when the users went there, the loading was very slow. There was pagination required that tended to be slow when you went through it all. And essentially they weren't very happy with what had happened and they wanted to change it. So they wanted to be able to customize what they could see. They wanted to be able to hide courses from that view if they wanted to. They wanted to be able to mark ones as their favorite courses, wanted to be able to potentially reorder things. It was proposed as a project, the members voted on it, worked with HQ, and eventually it won the popular vote. So the goal was to move something like this, which was again with the MUA working with HQ to be able to decide to use what their demands were, to look at the HQ's roadmap, and to use some of the UX research that happened to eventually get to this. So if you're familiar with the dashboard now, if you use it, you're happy with it, if you like the fact that you can star a course, if you like the fact that you can hide courses from views, if you can put it in different formats, card list summaries, that is because the MUA managed to fund that and get it back into core. So that's what we do. We've done a lot of projects. The very first MUA was the one responsible for the recycle bin. They funded the plugin that currently existed for HQ to modernize it and bring it into core so that it would work. The calendar improvements, there's a list there. I mean, I'm not going to just go through all the lists, but if you recognize any of those new features that happen in HQ, it's because the MUA actually proposed it, defined it, got it quoted, and eventually got it back into core through the money. Any one of these projects gets discussed in detail among all the members of the MUA first. Everybody has an opportunity to chime in on it, to be able to put their 2 cents worth of what they want, and eventually at the end of that, what we end up is with a very good proposal, and then HQ also gets their kick at it, and ultimately what we do is get something that's a win-win. So what are we exactly? Well, we're basically a crowdsource, a crowdsource funding. So our membership fees pay for all of the work that gets into core. And not all of it, I shouldn't say that. That makes it sound like we pay for all of the work in core. That's not true. For the projects that we have voted on, that's what gets into core. What are we exactly? Well, we're a large membership. We're run by a committee. 3 of the committee members are here, myself, Thomas Corner, Luigi Sansonetti. There were another 4 of us here at the Moot. I think Gavin Henrik you would have met. He's left now, but Richard Sampson is still here. Alexander, and Kema. And you've seen us around. We've been up at our booth a lot. We're elected by the membership. We're all volunteers. We don't get paid. We work with all of our members to make sure they're happy. We listen to their feedback. We help them. We help organize all of the various project cycles, and make sure everything happens. We're an internationally diverse group. I'm from Canada. Thomas is from Switzerland. Giuseppe is from France. Alex is from Germany. Gemma is from the Netherlands. Gavin's from Ireland. Who am I missing? There's a few of us in there. Well, I got a list here. We have Dr. Laura Corte, who's not here. She's from the U.S. We have Tiffin Vula from Australia. Anyways, point is, we're very, very diverse. Jeff Webster from the U.S. We also have one administrator. That's actually, although we're all volunteers, we do have one paid employee, and that's Emma Richardson, who was actually the chair of the MUA 2 years ago. She has actually stayed on as a paid administrator. She gets paid for getting the things done that really need to get done during the day. So how do we do it? How do we do it? So we have, no, I think I jumped ahead here. Okay, sorry. We have members too. That's what we're talking about. So we have members from all over the world as well. If you don't see your area of the world represented, you should probably join for sure. But we currently have it from all of the major continents, and as I mentioned about the committee members. Now, how do we do it? We do it with project cycles. We have 2 project cycles per year. Each one goes 6 months. Each one is 6 months long. That goes through the entire proposal phase, the voting phase, the scoping phase, and eventually the funding phase in the HQ, and they get released on the major release cycles of Moodle. They can take up to 11 months long, just each because of the overlap of the cycles. But the 3.8 that just got released yesterday has a lot of new forum features in it that came out of our projects. We are currently voting on a new project which will eventually start and be released in 4.0, which will be this year, next year this time. So the way we make this happen is through membership. Your fees pay to give us the funding that we can actually do, and your efforts in making the proposals make them reality. So why would you become a member? Well, first off, because you care about Moodle. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. You want to see Moodle get better, and you think you have great ideas to do it. You want to have a stronger voice so you can, with HQ, so you can see these things happen. We do have some extra benefits. We do have occasional direct access. We have open town hall meetings twice a month, one in one time, 12 hours apart, one in one time zone, one in another. Those are open to everybody, but occasionally those are closed town halls that only MUA members can access, and they have special things like Ask Martin Anything type formats. But that's why why wouldn't you want to become? What do you get? Well, you get the project proposal and voting rights. Basically, the way the funding works, or the way the voting works, is it's $1 per vote. There's 4, I'll get into memberships later, but you see how that works. So once you're in there, you have a certain number of votes that you can vote on for each project cycle. You also have the ability to vote in a new committee. So next year around September timeframe, there will be nominations called for the committee. Everyone in the membership will vote, and we will replace that committee, or they'll come back. You get visibility worldwide, and of course you get a membership badge. Everybody likes badges. And if you happen to have gotten here early enough, you have a t-shirt. Lots of good reasons. The fees, as I mentioned before, we have 4 different groups of memberships. The top 3, bronze, silver, and gold, are for institutions. Top one being 10,000. All of the dollars up here are Australian dollars. I think $100 roughly translate into 60 euros, so if that helps you figure things out. The gold membership is $10,000, gets you 10,000 votes, and also gets 10 people who can actually log into the site. The silver membership is $2,500, gets you 2,500 votes, and gets you 6 people that can log into the site. The bronze membership is $1,000, gives you 1,000. Yeah, I think you probably understand this now. And then individual members. Now, individual members, there's a benefit to being an individual member. One of the key ones I want to say is because I have heard some individual members express frustration about only having 100 votes and making a difference. But in that list of projects that I showed you, almost half of them were proposed by individual members. So these are people who came in, paid their $100 a year, had a great idea, put it forward, and the rest of the membership went, we want to fund that, we want to get it into core. So don't denounce the fact that you don't have any power. You actually do have quite a bit of power. And we are currently discussing new ways, and we'll bring them forth the membership to get their ideas of ways that we can actually even expand that out for everyone. But obviously, institutional memberships are our bread and butter. There is one restriction on institutional memberships. You cannot be a commercial e-learning company and join one of the memberships. They were really kind of intended to be educational institutions, although there are some leeways there. But anybody can become an individual member. It doesn't matter where you're from. And the next steps for you, well, if you have any questions, we do have a table upstairs. We have had a lot of you there. We actually had, I think, 5 sign-ups today, which is great. We can give you assistance with how to get your membership on. We can even have you create it right there. If you need to go back to your institution or organization and try to convince them to become one of those bigger memberships, we can give you some ammunition to do that. We can even help talk to them with you if you want. But don't like to encourage this. Some people say, yeah, I've been a member, but I really didn't participate in much. Well, we prefer you participate, but more importantly, we prefer you join, because even if you don't participate, that money is still going to help fund Moodle's future. So please, join. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions, Thomas is going to join me up on stage. I hope there is some questions. Anyone? Yes?
Why must the Moodle Association?
I couldn't get into the word. You need the word. There we go.
Why must the Moodle User Association develop plugins and not the partners or the universities? What are the special needs?
Well, it's not about plugins, it's about the improvement of the core. So if there is anything you think, well, they really should do it better, as they do it at the moment, then the MUA is the part where you can do it. And within the MUA, basically, the improvement of, for example, the forum would exceed the possibility of a partner or of an university. But as the MUA is closely connected to HQ, and a lot of people are paying their annual fee, there is the possibility to really do the big stuff and to support Moodle, the core of Moodle, to become better. So it basically has nothing to do with plugins, but with core.
Any more questions?
Is there a general preference for plugins that have already been developed to be submitted as projects for MUA, or ones that actually haven't had any development done on them? Is there a preference for
Okay.
which you prefer to see proposed?
So do you mean like, would the MUA have a preference for plugins over just new features? Yeah, no, not really, because well, to be fair, it's not our call, it's really the membership's call, right? So these proposals come forward. Some of them have been plugins that already existed, like the very first one was Recycle Bin. In the current, yeah, the current cycle, there's actually one that's just starting. One of those two is actually something that's already been developed. But no, there hasn't necessarily, I haven't seen a trend to prefer any over the other. It really comes down to what is needed, what do they want. We've seen brand new features, we've seen plugins, and we've seen improvements. And it is up to the membership to decide.
But what is clear, if your project wins, then we go forward to do it with the HQ and within core. So this wouldn't be an additional plugin then, but a core plugin. And that's the difference to every other contract you can make.
Is there any more questions?
With Adam and Yoshi, I'm a member of the Moodle Association of Japan, and we're a gold member. We were started to raise money for Moodle headquarters, and then after a few years, Martin said, "Why don't you put it all into MUA?" And so I hope that, I just wanted to say, I hope that Moodle Association, Moodle Users Association, encourages more of these national and regional associations. And then, in a way, you give our voice a lot stronger, because we create a lot of plugins in our thing, and then it's like we push it up to MUA, and then it can really go into core rather than just sit in our commission.
And at the end, Martin Dugiamus had the idea and founded the Moodle Association in 2016 back there to give the users a voice. And it's clear, if we are 100, then it's nice. If we are thousands, even better. Our voice will be strengthened with every individual and every institutional member. As long as with every dollar we get, we can fund more innovation or more development. So it's kind of a win-win situation. And yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, and just, full transparency, Don and I have had this discussion already about how we can possibly use some of the other national user organizations, bring them all under one umbrella, and what that would look like and how that would improve funding. And part of that will also, like, if we are as successful as we want to be, we're going to have to work with HQ to make sure that they can handle what we give them too. So I think, I think there's some great synergies here with some of the other national organizations.
So you will probably laugh at me because I could probably answer it myself, because I think it's good precision. How can you how can imagine a town hall meeting? What is its frequency? Who is participating? Is it open? How many members are there? What hour is it? What is being discussed?
You talk about town hall meetings, right? Okay. The European time zone town hall meeting is every first Tuesday in the month at, I think, 9 o'clock UTC. It's online via Zoom. There are normally about 15, 20, 25 members joining there, and normally somebody from HQ presenting something. You can, at the end, with every town hall, you have the possibility to ask a question, to share thoughts. And a week later, at, I think it's 7 o'clock UTC, you have the American time zone town hall with basically the same setting. There are normally a little bit more attendees, but also somebody from HQ or some close people. Not the same in the same month, so we try to arrange and to make it a better experience. For example, in this year we had an early insight, or 2 early insights, I think, into Moodle Educator Certificate. So Solange didn't tell us really something new these days, because we already saw it. The same with 3.8. The same with MoodleNet, for example. So another great idea to join MUA is just to get early information. And that's really awesome. And you can ask the questions you didn't have the chance to ask earlier this day because there are a lot of people running around. So that's what town halls are for. And yeah, would like to see you there.
Okay, I think we don't have time for any more questions for now. Give the applause, please.
Hello, everybody. We'll get the next session started now. It's 4 p.m. This is Igor Pesik from the University of Maribor. His presentation is interactive applets in Moodle using JSX Graph.
Thank you. Hi. So before I begin, these interactive applets are not the same as H5P is doing with interactivity. You will see what is meant with these interactive applets. So this is joint work with Alfred Wasserman from the University of Bayreuth. He's lead developer of JSX Graph, Pekka Lestalo. He's from Abacus. It's also University of Finland, but also Abacus, and Bernard Martinez from Spain. He's doing content. So this is partially founded from Erasmus Plus program, but not everything. This is the outline. So first I will introduce JSGraph library, then Moodle plugin, and so on. And 6 and 7, you will see the this JSX Graph in action. So what's JSX Graph library? It's JavaScript library. It's developed already for 10 years. I'm not a developer. Alfred is from Germany. I'm just a user of this library. What is in intention? It's interactive geometry for data plotting and visualization. So let's see an example. On the left, there's I think there are 5 points, and you can add points and you draw a spline through these points. I will show you. I think I can run it. So you see, I add points, and the spline is dynamically calculated. And there is also a glider which has tangent on it. So on the right side, you see the code that is needed for this example. First, I created the board, canvas. Then I put 4 points on it with as a list. Then I drew a spline through this list. This is the board create spline through key. And additionally, I created glider and tangent. And this is all, except that there is a function add point, which adds additional point at random in this interval. And this is it. There is no graphical user interface as editor to do this kind of constructions. But as you can see, it's very informative when you have to code it. So this is the JSX graph. There is a URL on the top right where you can get more information about it. It's not, this is standalone library which can be used in any browser on the internet. Okay. So a few years ago, Bernard Martinez from Spain contacted Alfred and me if we wanted to make or see if this JSX graph can be included or ported to the Moodle. And it was a collaboration again under Erasmus Plus project. And the result was first, it was like a filter. It's not a usual plugin where you have just here is JSX graph construction, but as a filter you can use it everywhere in the Moodle as activities, in activities or resources. And it's actually very easy because we just added a tag, JSX graph, where you define again the drawing board, and there are these middle two lines. I have these two defined on this code exactly the same as in the standalone JSX graph. So you can reuse all the examples or constructions you find on internet and use them in the Moodle. If license of this construction is allowing this. This example creates a point in the drawing board. Okay, I will show you more advanced examples in the next slide. So, okay, it's not very visible. On the right side, or left side, sorry, you see the code that is needed to be created on the right side. This is the result. So I used page as a resource. Then first I made this is copied from Wikipedia about five-circle theorem, and this is copied from the JSX graph page where there is one example, and I just copied whole code and put it in the editor. What is needed, you have to be in the text mode. It's not allowed to be in the graphical editor. And then when you save it, you get the result here. So I will show you. This is again video. I prepared everything as a video. And in the Moodle, you have again dynamic constructions, and also they work on the tablets, on the mobiles. As I said, it can be used everywhere in the Moodle. Okay, you will see, you will say, okay, this is too much for us as a teacher. We cannot program this JSX graph. This way, because of this, we said, okay, we will prepare introduction to programming. I will show you. Currently, it's under active development, where you can, on the left side, you see the chapters 3 and 4 are already done, but the 5 and 6, which are advanced topics, are not. And this is still under active development. I will show you how it's, so this is one case, you see. And then you can, and this, again, you can just copy it, everything, and in the Moodle. Or on the left side, it's the format of the book is like creating lines. You see the first we present an example, then this is the result, and then it's explanation below how this is done. And it's not only for the, let's say, for the mathematics. Here is an example for data plotting. So you provide two lists of data. It can be also JSON format. You just plug it into the JSX graph. You say curve, two lists, and this is the result of this input. Okay, go back. In the later sections, you see we have also how to integrate it in the Moodle and use it in the Moodle. Okay. Currently, it's in English and in Czech, but later it will be also in other languages, and it could be also later forked and translated to the language that is not on this list. Okay, this is the project. I won't read the objectives, but the main thing is that we wanted to see if the J6 graph can be used as assessment tool in the Moodle, but not as some simple assessment, but more advanced assessment, meaning that we use randomization in the questions, and what is, I think, the most good gain is that we can save user interaction. Meaning what? I have again the example on the right side. You see, first student weighs these cubes. And then he inputs or puts them in the graph below. The creator that did this, he never programmed the J6 graph from ground up. He just used this. He found it somewhere and just used this applet. Now, if I stop it here a bit. First off, this example is randomized, so the weights of or mass of these cubes is randomly picked from the interval. So the graph below is not always the same, and also the question below here is not always the same that is correct, because we use the variables to first feed them to the J6 graph, to the applet, then we, based on these variables, also choose the right answer. So when the user, I will continue this video, we finish the quiz and go back to this question, and we see what we answered. So also the actions of the student. Okay, this is in Moodle Formulas. Moodle Formulas is a plugin that is still maintained, and as I said, it uses randomization. Earlier today, there was also multi-question variables or calculating with multi-choice question. I'm not sure if there are variables that can be fed to if they are public, to feed them to the J6 graph. More advanced, this is the more simple version of plugin. Formulas, the more advanced is stack question. This is a well-known plugin in Moodle, which gives more sophisticated assessment in mathematics, again on STEM. And there is Abacus consortium, which has material bank of these STEM education questions. Everyone can join, but it's on sharing principles. So I have to give something to take back from others. So you have here two universities which use this stack, and you see that they are quite used because this stack question is using maxima as for checking the mathematical correctness of the answers. So is it possible to connect this to J6 graph? Yes, it is. You will see on the left, there are two examples. One is geometrical, so user has to do, sorry, what's happening?
Igor, we have about 2 minutes left.
Right. So user has to do something with this polygon, and he gets the answer that is not correct, and he can again correct it and get the right answer. This is more mathematical. This is complex numbers, and again, the student sees the results, and then he can correct it to get the right answer. On the right side, you see that again we use this is the stack plugin. This is as activity, and again you see this JC graph. It's a bit different because of the requirements of the plugin, but this is the result. At the end, I will just invite you to the JS Graph conference, which will be in the next year, and one of the tracks will be also dedicated to JS Graph and Moodle, where we will present more of these examples and also how to include them in the Moodle. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Unfortunately, we are running a bit short on time, so unfortunately, we don't actually have time for questions for the end of this session. So if you do have any questions, please grab this guy, just back here, just outside the door, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm going to go get we need about 5 minutes to set up.
Okay, so in this room next is going to be the Moodle roadmap brainstorm, and we think that wall might disappear at some point. Maybe. So if that's what you're expecting, stay in here. That is the last session of the day.
Yeah.
We have to go out for them to do this. Right. You need to vacate the room in a very sensible, orderly way. There is no fire. And then we'll come back in. We'll come back in. After we've gone out, we'll come back in.
No, no.
Okay, good luck.
No worries, thanks. That was bad. It's okay. Yeah, it's still working. But that was not very good. Is someone from AV listening? I just need a VGA adapter. No, VGA, the HDMI doesn't work. I had no luck last time. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use this other computer, actually. That's right. I'll use this Windows box. No, it's USB-C. It wouldn't work for me before. Yeah, hang on. This Windows machine. Where is it? Oh God, I hate Windows so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the event is about to begin. Please take your seats and turn off your mobile phones. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the event is about to begin. Please take your seats and turn off your mobile phones. Thank you very much.
Okay, I just need any laptop, actually. Oh, no, here he is. It's all right. Hey, can you get this logged in for me, please? Sorry. It's okay. Just. Everyone's still coming in. We're getting things set up still here for the roadmap session. A few technical snafus. Anybody got any good jokes? How many ears does a cowboy have? 3. A left ear, a right ear, and a wild front ear. You're welcome. Thank you. You can use that with your kids. How good was the session with the students this morning? That was great. Really got a lot of thinking going, and I was actually very happy to see a lot of ideas that have been floating around that they had found independently and just like gone with it, and really strengthened some support for those. So in my mind, they'd bumped them up the roadmap quite highly. So I think it's great. Plus, I think we found a new Moodle employee. Not sure if we're allowed to hire, how old are they? 14, 15, something like that? 16? Why not? Could be an intern. Turns out the school is like about 1 or 2 blocks from the Moodle office as well. Sorry, we're just trying to get a computer logged in here because, you know, web browsers. Oh, here we go. I just need a web browser. We're going to have... All right. I'm going to have to use a Google Doc for this just to make it quick. To have thanks for staying for the last session. Saw some people already leaving to catch planes, but we are the true Moodlers. Yeah. No, I'm joking. Okay, we've got a browser. That's good. Oh, I have to look up there. That's not going to work for sure. I'm going to do a lot of typing, so I need to be able to see the screen. When's the end of this session? We've got 1 hour from 6 minutes ago. Does that sound right? Or when are we actually finishing? 45 minutes and dropping. Okay, that's fine. So let me explain how the session works. Has anybody been to one of these roadmap brainstorms before? Can I have some hands? Okay, not so many of you, like about a small, maybe look like 15%. So, what we're going to do today is the outcome of this meeting is that we are going to have a prioritized list of feature requests for Moodle. We're going to collectively come up with your first most popular requests and second, third, and so on. So the way we're going to do that is we need some microphone runners. Got one, anyone else helping? Anyone mic? Okay, I'll give you this mic actually. Yeah, I need another runner for this mic after I get my hand off it. And I need you to, you're going to call the microphone runners over, and I'm just going to go from this side to that side to this side to that side, and you're going to tell us your feature request. You have a very short amount of time to do that, and shrinking. It'll be, give us a minute or so. Tell us what it is and why, and a bit of background so we understand what it is, and I'll help you through defining that. I'm going to write them on a list, and then we're going to all vote. And the voting process is you're going to have a limited number of votes. You're going to have 5 votes each, and we're going to go through the list, and you can spend one of your votes on each of the items, and when you run out of your 5 votes, that's it. So choose carefully. And then I'm going to have a volunteer up here. I need a lovely Moodler to come and help me count. And then we'll have a prioritised list, because the ones with the most votes goes up the top. And this is kind of a mirror of what happens in the Moodle Users Association. And it's also a little bit what happens in the Moodle Tracker as well. And then I'm going to publish the list on Twitter, and you'll see the outcome of this session. And you can look back through the hashtag and see the outcomes from previous MoodleMoots where we've done the same thing. And sometimes you see the same things cropping up, and sometimes you see new things. So, the first thing I need you to do before we start is to take 20 seconds, get mindful, have a little meditation, close your eyes, put yourself mentally back at work when you're actually dealing with your Moodle site. Okay? You're an administrator, you're a teacher, you're looking at this thing, and you are very frustrated. Something is frustrating you, and you really wish Moodle had something. So what is that top thing in your mind? Okay, I'm going to give you 20 seconds to think. Go. All right. The most popular suggestion is going to win this hat that Elizabeth has knitted, crocheted. I'm sorry, I always say that, don't I? All right. Not only that, but the most popular suggestion will get a free registration to this conference next year. So there's something in it. All right. I'll just stay here from now on, and you can take that. Who's first? Who has a suggestion? Feature request? Oh, great. Yeah.
Extending the advanced grading methods to allow multiple graders and multiple types of assessment. I mean, auto-assessment, peer assessment, and teacher assessment, and some rule to get a final grade from those 3 kinds of grades.
Okay, so if I can just paraphrase, so it's extend the advanced grading to include auto-assessment, self-assessment,
Peer assessment.
peer assessment, and teacher, like one or more teachers? Why not? Okay, I think that's a... Now, is anybody second this request? Does anybody want to second it? Okay, we've got a second up there. Let's see. Sorry. There. Nope, we're going to make it this. All right. So, extend, advanced, grading, to include, maybe I can't share this right now, I haven't got time. Sorry, a bit unprepared with this document. I could have had someone helping me. You've extended advanced grading to include auto, self, Spanish keyboard. It's all happening. It's all right. Anyway, here we go. Self, teacher, and group. As long as we can roughly understand it, I'll fix it later. And that's okay. I'm all right. It's fun to watch me struggle. Okay, that's a good one. Second one on the side. Who's got it? Yes.
Managing cohorts in a better way as site administrator, creating it, adding users, connecting it to courses in a simpler way, because now you have to go into the course to the enrollment method and connect it, but from an easier interface doing that. And some kind of a report that shows how many cohorts I have in my courses, in which
Are those
courses.
2 requests?
No, there's 1 request, better managing cohorts.
Okay, so I kind of, can you explain it, let's make it shorter, try and boil it down. We want it to get down
I wrote
to
it down in 1 sentence.
Okay.
Managing cohorts, creating cohorts, adding users, connecting to courses in a simpler way than it is happening now.
Okay, so improve the use of cohorts, or make cohorts easier to use for enrollment around courses. Anybody want to second that? Yep, okay. If I don't get a seconder, I might not get in, because there's some pretty peculiar requests we get. Improve cohorts, interfaces to make enrollments easier, something like that. I can tweak the text later. I think we know what you mean. All right, number 3 over there. Yes.
The ability to do bulk tagging.
Sorry, what?
Bulk tagging.
Course tagging.
Bulk tagging.
Cohort tagging.
Bulk tagging.
Bulk tagging?
B-U-L-K.
Bulk tagging. Bulk tagging of what?
Anything, documents, questions.
Okay. All right. You're seconding it, obviously, Marcus. So, bulk tagging of all the things. Okay. All right. Thanks, Robin. Who's got the microphone already on this side? Yep. It's whoever has the microphone. Yes.
Add capabilities to question bank categories.
So, capabilities for question bank categories.
Yes.
Seconder? Yeah. Wow. Tim, not so much a fan. Have you ever considered that before, Tim?
Yes, well, it's not really capability. You take new question banks categories and you kind of context. So it can be done, but it's quite scary.
Save that for the tracker issue, man. If the users want it, we're going to figure it out. Okay, who's next over here? Luigi.
Yeah. I would like to have, as teacher, the possibility to select the activities and resources for my courses from the course preferences.
My brain had trouble, sorry.
To let the teacher select activities, resources for courses from course preferences.
From course what? The last word?
Course preferences, about user menu.
Take the microphone a little bit away from, I'm getting plosives.
From user menu, we have course preferences. Preferences.
Course preferences.
Yeah. And from this, we have course preferences, and we can select activities, resources from my course, my own course as teachers. And not admin who select, yes, you can, no, you can't. Before start.
I don't quite understand how that works. You mean in the course settings page?
Yes, but as teacher, I want some activities, some resources, not for all system, not as my colleague, but mine. I know there is a futures with stars, but it's a global setting. But I want a personal setting.
So
from course,
you want the ability to add a new activity, a completely different activity plugin to your course.
Yeah.
But not, okay.
Yeah.
The Moodle plugin service.
Why
Yes.
not?
Okay, anybody second that ability? I reckon it's popular. I'm going to second it, yep. Okay. Add ability to add new activity types just to a course. It is kind of possible with a workaround if you, because you can restrict what activities show in a course. So you could install it for the site and make it only show for one course. There's multiple ways of doing that actually, but I see what you're saying. You want a teacher to be able to add new activities. Yep. This is the Moodle plugin service. Next, who's over here? Yes, hey, Jan.
As a developer, I have a suggestion that would benefit other developers as well.
Okay.
Because I would like to use Composer and NPM for plugin development. So what I'm suggesting is adding support for modern dependency management for plugins and core.
In your mind, is there a way to do that without rewriting everything?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Anyone second that? Okay, so +1, -1, we need another +1 over there.
Well, I think there is
a couple of +1s. All right, so we've got add composer. Sorry, it's not. I do type better than this. I'm just. I'm just putting that because I think a lot of people know what composer is. There's no dashes, I got no, okay, composer style dependency management for plugin development. Over there. No, you can't do it again, Robin, sorry. I need who's got the microphone, yes.
Hi. Super simple activity creation.
Right.
Just the basic minimal required fields for simple activity creation, content creation into courses. Would be nice to have even some activity preset.
So those sound like two things, but you realize the activities now at the top only, because you know how a lot of them fold up. So we did a whole big project of putting all the non-essential ones folded up to hide them, and you only show the ones. So it is kind of there.
Yes.
But I think the second feature is interesting. Some sort of...
I've seen different, very old software reduce the amount of content creation to like several interactions.
Yes.
Less interactions on a page. And this was a discussion this Monday, and well, I want it.
That seconded already, I already picked that up, sorry. Yeah, simplify activity creation further with few fields and clicks. I'm trying to be a bit generic because there may be various solutions. And I might put in here templates. Is that all right? That'll do? Yeah? Good. Anybody who's interested, and come and talk to, sorry, what's your name? Virgil? Virgil. And also, if anybody knows of a plugin that exists or some method that exists that solves any of these, please shout it out because I can add it onto the thing and that's like a workaround. Over here somewhere, who's got the mic?
Hi.
Right.
I've got the idea, I already pitched the idea at Sander and Das today, or yesterday, and it's the idea of an adaptive learning course format, and in which a student starts with a quiz, he runs all the questions, and at each questions there are activities or resources linked to questions. All the questions in which he fails, all these resources are afterwards shown. So in this case, somebody who has 80% of all the knowledge only has to see 20% of a course. So in this, he gains a lot of time. And he only needs to learn the things he don't know.
I found that a bit hard to understand. My understanding was you were saying you want to link resources to quiz questions.
That's it. And if you fail a question, the resources or multiple resources are shown on a course page. You see?
So when you fail the quiz question, then it shows you resources.
Yeah, and this way you only need to learn what you don't know. That's the whole problem with learning. We show a lot of stuff, but maybe 80% is already known by students.
So I think this is conditional availability based on the result of a single question, not the entire quiz attempt. So making result of one question in a quiz attempt something you can do conditional availability based on.
And why wouldn't you show all of the things all the time?
Because you want to stack on students
Right.
straight what they need.
You want to directly give them that feedback. Okay. Anyone seconding that? Yeah, all right. So we'll write that. So show resources, relevant resources based on quiz question results. Basically. I'm trying not to get too much into how. I'm just getting to the what, because we can decide the how later. Who? Ah, there you are. Hi.
Hello. As teacher, when I receive a message with a message system, I need to know the course of my student, because I'm in many courses with many students, and I never know where is the course I have in common with them. We have developed a blog called Common Courses, but we think it should be in core.
Are you aware that when you get any message from a student and it has their name, and you click on their name, it goes to their profile, and on the profile it says what courses they're in?
But no, if...
That's standard. Is that what you need, or do you need to know what course they were in?
The blog we develop works like you say. We go to the profile and we can see the common courses I have with the student. But that not always works in the same way if the message has been sent from the general context.
Right, so you want to know what context they were in when they sent a message.
Or the common context the student has with me. In order to detect the courses.
Yeah, correct. The only reason it doesn't always show you all the courses they're in is for privacy reasons, and depends on capabilities and things. So, okay, anyone second that idea? Okay, so, and just for messages, right? You're just talking about messaging? Yeah, because that makes sense. So, show originating context with messages. I guess if it was a student-to-student message, that might not be good, right? Yeah. To teachers, if in a common, oops. But yeah, I mean, right, true. I guess, yeah, okay. Okay. Who's got the microphone? Yeah, please, don't look at me to get the microphone. Talk to the microphone people. I just need to know who has it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the microphone.
Where? What?
Here?
What? It's over there? Okay. Roland's, yes.
Yes. Our teachers who teach sometimes thousands of students module would love the ability in an assignment grading overview interface to be able to search for profile fields for that student. So you can filter by first name, last name, but they can't search by email, and when blind marking is enabled, you've got no ability to find a specific submission at all.
So,
yeah.
Yep, so like more complete or better searching for users in the assignment or in the grading screens.
Yeah.
We now have forum grading too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
What was the last thing you said? What was the last thing? I didn't hear it.
I said Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
I still didn't hear it. Sorry. Just,
Maybe use
when you
global
talk like
search
this,
for
the
that.
microphone's hard. What?
Sorry, maybe use global search for that? For finding the users there? Don't know.
I'm not sure global search, but I'll just say what the feature is. So like a better searching, better searching for users in grading screens, e.g. profile fields, emails, etc. Depending on what's allowed, of course.
So it's one of the kids, I'm here. It's one of the
Hi, Mike.
kids' ideas this morning, make users be able to change the colors and the fonts of the theme, but without changing the logo of the institution. Make something in the user preferences.
Yep, there is a workaround to that. You can make 10 themes for your site. You know, you can make one master theme, and you can have 10 child themes with just changing one color. And in the user profile, they can choose their own theme. That exists now, but you have to do a bit of setup for that. But what we're saying is some sort of, is that enough, or you want more like more easy colors?
I would like it to be more like a website that they use normally, not...
Okay, so more customizing of theme
MySpace for Moodle.
Each user. Sorry, I saw people nodding, so I assumed that was seconded, yeah? Also the students seconded it too. Okay. Who's over this side? Hang on, didn't you have one already?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I had yesterday, but
yeah,
I don't repeat.
I'm having a flashback.
The database activity is very well maintained also for offline app use. And when I recently set up activities there, I found the photo database item very useful. And I discovered that there is no similar video item in the database activity. So I wish I could have the same simple system to add a video item to the database. I can use file, but file is then not rendered as a video. It's rendered as a file, and it needs lots of tricks to make it work on the desktop, in the mobile app, and so on. So if it would be a database item video, everything would be easy.
Beautiful. That's very specific, very nice. I seconded that one. Database module is a favorite of mine. I just wish we put a lot more effort into making it awesome. This side, who's got it?
Yeah. An easy way to store all data from bigger platforms. We have to clean every year the platform to the performance of the search, something like that. And we need this data could be consulting by auditors.
Constantly what, sorry?
Consulting by auditors.
I'm sorry, the sound is not good up here. I'm having real trouble. Can someone paraphrase, maybe? Doug?
An easy way to store old data to clean every year the platform, and these data could be consulted by auditors. So clean out the data from the platform, and then the data that's been erased can be audited. So it gets set up like a new platform, but you can audit the old data that's gone. Okay.
So you mean at the end of the year, when you want to reset everything for the new year? I'm just going to call this rollover because we call this rollover. You roll over to the new year.
You need to freeze the platform, and when an auditor needs to consult the data of the student, we need to add the platform. For my English.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to. So I think, can anyone help me with the, is it more than rollover? You want to also, I don't understand the auditing. You want to save a copy for auditors? Okay.
Yeah, no, but you need all data.
Yeah, so archiving, rollover. What was the audit? The auditing I didn't quite understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to add this because.
Yes. Yes.
Who is auditing? Like the students? Like the students can see old courses, or you mean an auditor, like a official auditor?
So the way it's just been described to me is that there's the freezing, the course freezing, but then you can't go back and use that data.
Yes.
So it's being able to look at that old data and reuse the course at the same time.
So we have that, the freezing, but you want to have a new version of the course for the next year. I see. Okay. Yeah. We have a whole rollover spec that covers this stuff, and it should be. It comes up again and again, and we're gonna make this happen. A rollover and archiving of courses, archiving and freezing of old courses. Old. There's a plugin for that. Is that you, Jan? So what is it? Huh? Tool, C, tool. I got no underscore. I can't do underscore. Oh, here we go. There we go. Why do we have different format for keyboards? How dumb is that? Okay.
Yes.
Somewhere over there.
Yeah. My proposal is an informative proposal about when you upload some resources or activities, sometimes you have a long course and your students are just, it's a mess. So some years ago, maybe 10 years ago, we have like a word just beside the new activity or resource that said new. So my proposal is to recover that, and maybe you can add a setting in the course setting, and the teacher can decide if they want to use that information, and when you upload or you update that resource at that activity, that appears something to highlight the attention of the students. Thank you.
Right, so a way to highlight new content. Does that summarize it? Anybody second that? Yeah, right. Thank you. Automatically highlight. New may vary depending on per person, but yes, with forum posts we show how many posts are new, but maybe it needs to be more generic. Who's over? Hello? Someone on this side. Who's got it? There.
One.
Oh, what?
Thank you.
It's 4 microphones. What? Okay.
Thank you. I'm here. Our teachers, they use forum in the large group teaching to encourage students to give in-class, in-time feedbacks.
Okay.
It will be great if the forum can support anonymized method.
Okay. Anonymous forums, anyone? Yeah. Thanks, Lena. Anonymous forums. There is a whole lot of work already done. It never landed in core. It was already done. Basically anonymous for all activities. There's a lot of courses where you should not know who the students are. Over this side. Yes, Ralph.
Yeah, a few months ago I had a dream. Moodle has a bot, and the bot is supporting the students. If a student is finishing an activity, he gets, the bot comes up and say, okay, do you want to train about this issue a little bit more? And if he had a good result, he gets something on a higher competency level suggested, and another activity that is in the system. If he has a bad result, he gets something on the same competency level, so that he is trained better and gets suggestions how he can be better.
Moody. Yeah, so you're talking about like an expert system approach from the 80s. So suggestions with levels based on your success. In a quiz? In everything?
In each activity where we have a completion.
Okay. So it's like a smarter activity completion.
Clippy for Moodle.
You know, you can actually you can actually do that with activity completion. You can say if the grade is between 100 and 80, then unlock this activity, and if it's between this, you can unlock that activity.
Yes, but it is course related. If I think about competencies and elements that are crossover courses, then this doesn't work.
It's getting dangerously towards artificial tutoring, but okay, so we want, okay, anybody second that? Does anybody want Moodle to serve you up content depending on how you're going? Yeah, okay. I'm going to expert system. I'm saying expert system because that's a phrase that used to get used a lot 20 years ago. That is this. Expert system that serves new content, recommenders. Yeah, okay. It serves or what context are you thinking of this in, Ralph? More workplace? Oh.
Traditional schools will be possible. If you have enough resources with the same or higher competencies, it will work. I don't think there's so much work to implement it, because if each activity is related to competency, and if you have a good competency model with different levels, then then it shouldn't be a problem to implement it.
Is this really mastery learning as well? Something? I might put that.
It's like how Duolingo works and stuff.
It's like how Khan Academy works, right? A bit? Yeah. No, I'm just going to put all these things in there. Maybe I shouldn't, probably a trademark or something. All right, so we have probably another two.
What I would like is for teachers to have an undo button for whenever they've done something wrong, they can go back. Undo button.
In which activity, sorry?
In any activity, if they create an activity the wrong way, if they unenroll people they shouldn't have. If they
so undo.
Undo. Yeah.
Undo feature. Anyone else? Yeah, come on, undo. Undo. Just teachers or everything? Why not? My brain is just like, it's like when the first time you have to drive on the other side of the road. Okay, last one over here somewhere, this side.
Here, I think.
Okay, hi.
The ability to search the question bank.
Ability to what?
To search.
To search?
Yeah, the question bank.
Is there no searching on the question bank, Tim?
No, there isn't.
What have you been doing with your life? Oh, okay.
Sure.
Right. Ability to search the question bank. I can't believe that wasn't... I assumed we had that, actually.
If I may, I'm sorry, but the ability to drag and drop on the categories.
Are you trying to get a second one in?
Yeah.
I have to say no because there's so many people here.
Martin, there's a really important one over here that I think we've just got time for. Just squeeze that.
All right, but just because...
Yeah, MoodleNet plugin for the new activity chooser, please.
MoodleNet plugin for...
Yeah, to add activities from MoodleNet to Moodle.
Well, that's coming
in the new
anyway.
activity chooser.
You know that's coming anyway,
I
so
don't
that's
know,
not going on here. That's standard. Okay, that's it. Now, that's our list. Thank you very much. Now we need to rank it. I need somebody to volunteer, not from Moodle headquarters. I need someone else to come up here and stand with me. All right, come on up, Dominic Allen, come on. Here he comes. I hope you're good at counting fast. Excellent. All right. Give a round of applause. All right, my friend, here we go. I'll go and type over here. You can stand here, you can see the screen here. So we need, you've got 5 votes each. I want you to look at this list. We went through them. You know what they are. You have to mentally vote for 5. Now, if there's something you really want to vote for, you are allowed to use 2 hands. That's okay. Okay. I'm trusting you all. So the first one, extending advanced grading to include self-grading, group grading, teach grading, and advanced grading. Who votes for that? I had, well, what did you have? 18. I had 20, so we go for 19. That's how this works. Okay. Improving the cohort interfaces to make them easier to use for enrollments. So just better use around cohorts. Oh, popular 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure about all the, are you guys voting? Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, you can. You're Moodlers. It's all good. 3. I had 28. All right, so about 25. We'll get better at this. You watch. We're going to converge. You watch how this happens. Bulk tagging of all the things. Bulk tagging. Tagging a lot of things at once. What'd you have? You shout it out. I had 18, so we'll go with yours, 17. Add capabilities to the question bank categories. So you can hide or show categories to different people. That's the main purpose, I think, of that. Okay. Keep it up, keep it up. Going down the back, right? I had 23, that's 22. Okay, add the ability to add new activity types just in one course. And these are not ones that are installed. So basically, add the ability to install new activities just to one course. Who wants that? Well, you have to, Luigi, you have to. How could you vote for it, Diego? All right, what did you have? I had 12 also. See, it's happening. It's happening where the mind meld is occurring. This one's for the developers. Well, it's for everybody. Add dependency. We have dependencies between plugins, but composer style, better management of dependencies of code when you're developing plugins. Wow. All the developers. Wow. Yeah, sure. Oh. This is about prioritizing. I do them in blocks of 10. Sorry, what'd you get? I had 34. Yeah. I had 34. I had 32. You had 34, so it's 33. Wow, that's pretty cool. Remember the 5 votes, don't forget, you only had 5, so you've used up like most of them down here. Simplify activity creation further with fewer fields and clicks. So make the activity creation easier, the UX around that. I had 60, 61. See? Look at that. Wow. Show relevant resources based on quiz question results. It's kind of a little bit similar to Ralph's expert system in a way, but more quiz question. Wow. Have you run out, Luca? Okay. I had 34, you had 28, so that's, was that 31 or something? Okay. Show the original context with messages. So when someone sends you a message, you can tell where they sent it from in Moodle. Hey? All messages. Well, probably direct messages. Okay, hands up. Who wants that? 19. Better searching for users in grading screens. So you're in assignment grading or forum grading, and it's just make it easier to find the student you want. Maybe you can't remember their name. $17. Wow, I had 23. What's happening? We're falling apart. I'll go for 20. More customizing of the theme by each user. Give more control to the user to mess with your brand. I like the dark, this morning they mentioned dark mode. So you can study at night. I thought, yes. 9? Yeah, I had 9 too. Add a video field to the database module. You can, there's ways of doing it, but yes, an explicit video field. What'd you have?
And do the offline sorting right.
Okay, so this is a pretty big one in my opinion, like a lot of features, but basically looking at the whole end of year, rollover, archiving, resetting, all of that process, the management of the rollover. $44? I had 36. All right, 40. 36 I had. Okay, a way to automatically highlight new, or maybe let's say better highlight new content in the course. So the new content jumps out better. It's going to make me dance a lot. No, come on. No, I had like 27. Okay, sorry, recount, we'll do a recount. That's too far apart. Sorry, again. 31? All right. We'll go to that. Anonymous forums. Ability of anonymous forums. When people go double hands, sometimes I just feel like, oh my gosh, it's been so painful for you, I'm sorry. I'll say about slide 25. So something throughout the Moodle course that operates like an expert system, suggesting the next thing based on your performance. Yep, slide 16. An undo feature. A nice little arrow somewhere, I imagine. You go back and whoop. You've done a lot, you guys. I'm sure you've done more than 5. Is that your last vote? Wow, this has got quite a lot. Sometimes you count in French and sometimes you count in English. That's amazing. Okay. Last one, ability to search the question bank. Wow, look at the people who saved up their votes. I'm sure you run it. Now, you're going like that. Is that because you're hiding? Because you've done more than 5 votes? Really? Is it? Come on, be honest. Yeah, I knew it. But we might do it for you, Tim, if it's really popular. 30? 34? All right, we'll put 32. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dominic Alain. Well, the winner, clearly, by far, I don't think I've ever seen such a big lead. Simplifying activity creation. The UX around activity creation. So, who suggested that? Was you? You have just won yourself. This beautiful hat. And thank you. And a free ticket to MoodleMoot Global. So, someone take a note. Virgil Ashraf gets a free ticket next year. Hope you come back. We'll see you then. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good idea. Thank you. So it remains only to wrap up this conference. Now we have a few slides and I have no idea where they are. How are we going to get them up here? We can't. Where's Diego? You want to know where they are? All right, I need a little bit of help with that. Come on. No, there's no way. I'm not logged in here. I'm not on my machine anymore, so I can't do it. Oh, can someone chuck them up there? Yeah, can you throw? Oh, beautiful. Look at that. All right. Well, not welcome. Goodbye. Get rid of that. I really want to say thank you to all of the sponsors. I won't try and read out all of the names, but you can see them there. Among them are a lot of Moodle partners. There are some certified integrations. We have various friends of Moodle who are like repeatedly sponsoring our MoodleMoots, and it's really good to see them. We've got some are local from Barcelona, like Wirris, and some of them are very far away. There's a new one there, Brickfield Education Labs, is our friends in Dublin. And what we have here is people who really are supporting the Moodle project and everything we're doing and allowing this event to happen in this lovely place and for us to have such a good time. So thank you to all the sponsors. A bit of a round of applause. Thank you. I hope It's not easy to run a conference. There are hundreds of thousands of euros involved and a lot of balancing, and I want to say thank you to Diego Fabra again for his organising. Not only on these kind of financial issues and bringing people together, but just on the attention to detail of the experience. And I think, I want to say you've done an amazing job. Thank you so much for coming and joining Moodle and helping us with that, Diego. So, we have coming up one social activity. It's some beers and networking happening at this address. This is a place called Learn Life. So if you're not already flying out, I've been talking with the CEO of Learn Life for a few years, and when I met him, he was in a building site in a little place in Barcelona here, where he had all these dreams about creating this perfect school. Actually, it used to be called Our Dream School, and there's a lot of research that's been done by the people involved. They looked at 150 countries or something, and look at school systems. They're looking at how K-12 mostly, schools work, and they've done a lot of research and picked out all the best methods, and they're trying to create a new school model. Very interesting work, and then as I kept hanging out with them, I see this thing developing, and tonight you can go and visit what they have now, which is a really impressive space, and find out about how they're doing this school. They recently got some very large investment, and they're building a supersized version of this school in Germany. So, interesting thing, I think you'll find it interesting. It's just a nice place and you get free beer, I think, so thanks to Learn Life. Now, we had a little competition running along the journey. You were asked to bring some ugly mugs. In Australian, that would mean your face. Ugly mug, that's what we call a face, mug. But that's not what we mean here. So we had actual physical mugs people had. We have chosen a winner of the Ugly Mug competition, and the winner which wins this gigantic heavy bottle, so I hope you have room in your suitcase, and a free registration to the MoodleMoot Global next year, is, I need a drum roll from everyone, just do a drum roll for me. Oh! The slide. It's Monica Grau. No, Monica! Monica! Sorry, I got confused. This other Monica. Wrong Monica. This Monica. Sorry. Oh my God, what did I do? We need a rule where you can only have the same first name. I'm sorry, I stuffed it up. Monica, come up here, Monica. Thank you. Good job. Show your mug. There you are. It's a mug. It's quite small. It's small but ugly. I mean the mug. Thank you. And we also have the Moodle Party costume winner. Why is that up there? We already know who that is. It's Luca Bosch, the man. Here he is. If you didn't come to the party, see, complete transformation, right? You can hardly recognise him. Last night, wow, that was amazing outfit. Oh, there it is. Got a bit out of order. Nice tweet. Okay. Hey, there's the picture. The roller skates inspired touch. Thank you for testing. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Did we have awards here for testing workplace? I didn't know about it. So, do you want to?
There were 2 prizes.
2 prizes.
Yes. One was
well, there it is. Are these people here? Yeah, okay, congratulations. Did you already get it? Yes. Oh, excellent, that's good. And the other person, where are they? They're here? He's gone, all right. She's got it. All right. Fantastic. Well, congratulations to those people, and thank you. A big focus that you'll be seeing from us on Moodle.org, a lot more requests to get involved in user testing. A lot more. I mean, we've done it occasionally here and there, sometimes a lot, sometimes a little, but I want to really build it into our annual process. And there's going to be certain times of the year when we really need you to get involved on testing everything that we're working on. Please, we need all the speakers. Anyone who did a speech, come up here. We have a little something. Anyone who did a talk today, anyone who contributed, we really appreciate you helping to make this event what it is. Get up here, come on. Get on up. Oh, Tim. Athleticism.
I've got to pretend I'm not exhausted after 3 days of this.
Sorry, Mike. Rick, up here. Well, now some people have left, but we've got quite a lot of people who've contributed here. Come on, I don't think you have to be completely single file. Let's get in there. There's more people to come. Just fill out in front. There we go. What's this? Oh, I'm not sure. Diego. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How are we going to do that? All right. Well, let's get a photo of them. Thank you, everyone. Just thank them, the speakers, for contributions. Really, thank you. I know presentations can be 20 minutes or shorter, but they take hours and hours of thinking and putting together, and I appreciate your work for that, and everyone does, I think, to make everything so interesting and bringing your amazing ideas and work from the year in the past. So thank you, everybody, and it's really been amazing. Thank you. Every one of you will receive this limited edition black Moodle bottle for your safe, plastic, reduced life. So thank you very, very much. And yeah, you'll get them as you come out here. There's a whole pile of them. So thank you. Here, take that one. All right, thank you. And that's it, I think. Thanks to the Moodle HQ team for supporting. We had 46 people from Moodle HQ here. That's the most ever in one place. And thanks for everything making it rolling smoothly. Thank you. Thanks Assad for hosting us, a Moodle user also. But the business school here, we have provided this venue, and it's been great. I think this MoodleMoot Global was a success. Next year, we're hoping to make it, was it 7 times? We decided 7 times bigger. It will definitely be bigger, so we'll work on that. All right, anybody else want to say anything? Anybody going to say anything? Thank you, all right. Thank you. Right. Safe travels home. All right. And let's make Moodle amazing this year, all right, together. Thank you. Good night. Cheers.